Motorists are continuing to break laws this festive season. That's according to the Transport Minister, who's led another all-night roadblock, this time in Limpopo, focusing on overloading of vehicles. 23 trailers were found to be unroadworthy and 15 were impounded. For more on this then, I'm joined in studio by Road Traffic Management's Simon Zwane. Simon, thank you so much for talking to me. So the festive season is in full swing at the moment, and people are crisscrossing the country, visiting various destinations. Talk to me about the corridors that you are watching that are of key concern to you as the RTMC.
Yeah, this is the moment we've been building up to. From October, we've started analyzing and planning for this moment. Now we are watching quite closely the N1 to Limpopo, the N4 to Libombo, Mpumalanga, and up to the Libombo border post. We're watching the N3 right up to Durban. We'll be watching quite closely the N2 from the Western Cape to the Eastern Cape. And within the Eastern Cape, we're watching also the R61. The Free State will also be watching the R81 towards the border of Lesotho.
Yeah, and when you talk about areas such as the Eastern Cape, there are certain towns there that have their own unique characteristics that contribute to the hazards of driving. So occasionally you'll have fog, thick fog, but also steep inclines into some of the towns there. You mentioned the R61. Is that one of those areas with those conditions? What are you doing to counter some of the road hazards in those towns? Yeah,
we've got areas such as Libode, which come up in our statistics as a hazardous area. So we've deployed there both people who will do the education to motorists, but also traffic officers to assist motorists in those areas to traverse those tough terrains. Yeah, but also to deal with those who are dealing with law enforcement. But at this moment, we're trying to assist people to get to their destinations safe and sound.
Simon, overloading is a major problem, right? Especially on those corridors that lead to neighboring countries. So, I mean, in that story, in that introduction, we were talking about the N4 towards Mpumalanga, towards Mozambique, but also you will know about the N1 towards, you know, Limpopo, but also towards Zimbabwe and other countries. How are you countering that?
We have operations on those roads dealing specifically with overloading. In that clip, we had Minister Mbalula on the N1, but he was also on the roadblock even up to this morning on the N4 towards Maputo. So all of them are receiving attention. We know the particular problems that we experience on those. Those going to Zimbabwe, it's the same. It's the problem of the Malaysias and the overloads. Also going to Mozambique. It's not just overloads. Those vehicles are also unroadworthy. Sometimes they are overloaded with not only goods but also human beings. They are human beings without proper documentation. So we've
hazardous material, as we saw with that bus that went up in flames recently.
Yes,
it would seem.
That's why we've brought in onto the roads now also the Home Affairs. Even the SARS people are here, and immigration people, so that we can attend to all the problems that we encounter on the road.
Lastly, Simon, every year we talk about statistics. These are lives changed by someone who's been maimed, many of them, of course, being pedestrians, but also motorists and passengers who are traveling on vehicles. What, do you have a specific target for this year to say we would like the road fatalities over this festive season to come beneath this target?
Yeah, we have a target. We want them to come down by 10%. From the analysis we're doing this morning, looking at the start of the festive up to now, we're confident. We're confident that we're doing well. I'm sure I was talking to somebody on the phone now who was saying it feels quiet. It's because they're not experiencing high numbers of massive accidents that we are accustomed to. So we think our plan is holding well, but we were just reviewing it now and seeing where we can close the gaps, where are the gaps, so that we can sustain this quiet moment right until the end of the festive season.
All right, Simon Zwane of the RTMC, thank you so much for coming through and sharing those insights.